that's a proposal that would help. But really, it should be just like alcohol. It should be something that you have to be 21 years old to buy. You should have to have an ID, and we should educate people how to use it responsibly. And we should also pay attention to whoever the fuck is growing it and make sure you're not going wacky. You know, like there's people that are botanists that are out of their mind, potheads that are just 24/7 hitting bongs, and they're making stuff that'll put you on Mars, like without Elon Musk.
I remember the problem that somebody raised, I read this in an article, was you need to make it more than more legal than it is today, so that you can get folks to put like some version of a nutritional label on the thing and show intensity,
yes.
right? Because the intensity is
Right.
not regulated.
Right. Well,
that
they
right?
do regulate it in California. If you go to good places in California, let's say this is 39% THC, which is very high. This is 37. This is, But then there's also the problem with one thing that marijuana seems to do to some people that alcohol doesn't necessarily. Some people have a propensity for alcoholism, and it seems to be genetic. But there's a thing that happens with marijuana where people who have a tendency towards schizophrenia, marijuana can push them over the edge. And Alex Berenson wrote a great book about this called Tell Your Kids. And I've personally witnessed people who've lost their marbles. And I think it's people that have this propensity. Because one of the things that I think is beneficial about marijuana in particular, and this is one of the things that freaks people out, is the paranoia. Right. Well, paranoia is, I feel like what it is a hyper awareness. And I think it pushes down all these boundaries that you've set up, all these walls and all these blinders, so that you see the world for what it really is. And a lot of people, it freaks out.
Right.
But what I think it does is it ultimately makes you more compassionate and kinder and nicer. And you realize, like,
in the moment or afterwards?
Afterwards. I think it's a tool for recognizing things that you are conveniently ignoring. And my friend Eddie told me about this once. He was saying, if you're having a bad time and you smoke marijuana, you're going to have a worse time because you're already freaking out. You're already freaking out about something. If you're going through a horrible breakup and you get high, like, oh, no one loves me. But if you're having a great time with your friends, you'll probably just laugh and be silly, right? Because you're not freaking out about something. You're in a good place mentally, which we should all strive to be in a good place.
I have this weird psychosomatic guard that developed. My father was an alcoholic, and I didn't drink at all in my teens, in my 20s, and mostly in my 30s.